Like the video and subscribe right now, and this doggo will help you with cleaning. Would not stop crying until she got her own cone of shame. Weather. Giral nuts. Good morning. My son keeps grabbing fists of air and screaming mine. My daughter is crying saying TJ is stealing my air. They are in my bedroom on a Saturday morning. I hope you have an amazing day, baby girl. I love you. My 2-year-old and 4-year-old have been communicating via walkie-talkie for 20 minutes. They're in the same room. The walkie-talkies have no batteries. Over. My 6-year-old's kindergarten teacher was doing a Bring Me a Game in Zoom class, and she asked her students to bring any pet animals within reach. And I turned just in time to see my 6-year-old carrying my 2-year-old to show to his teacher. Feo, I'm trying to clean upstairs and the kids are laying in our room, and daughter, 4, is like, let's play a game. I'll be this doll, and son, 7, like, I'm just gonna be a sewer pipe so I don't have to get off the floor. My 4-year-old brother told me he was scared to grow up and cried for like 10 minutes straight. Finally I asked why he was so scared, and he said he was scared of drinking coffee. When I was young, my older sister convinced me to trade my paper money for good coinage that would last forever. She gave me a 1 rate of $1 for 1 cent. Needless to say, my mom wasn't happy when she found out. My kid asked me to play hide and seek with her. I of course obliged. This is her genius level hiding tactic. The cat bed. Had to text you this as you get a laugh out of it. Ivy is upset. She's on the verge of tears. She's sad because she can't watch TV whilst eating her breakfast. The TV is on. I tell her. She starts crying. It's SpongeBob. You put it on. I continue. No luck. I can't see it. She sobs. The look at it? I suggest. It works. Oh. There's SpongeBob. Thank you, Daddy. She smiles. She was sat sideways at her table and wasn't turning her head. I randomly remembered how I didn't know how sleeping worked until the age of 6. Up to that age I believed that adults could fall asleep on command as soon as they closed their eyes, and since it took me some time to fall asleep, I thought I had something wrong and tried to hide it so I didn't have to go to the doctor. I discovered that this was not the case only when I confessed this thing to a classmate in elementary school, and he told me it was the same thing for him too. I even convinced him that we both had the same weird illness for a short period of time before actually realizing. I hated muffins until I was 17 and saw someone remove the wrapper on the bottom of a muffin before eating one. Prior to this, I thought it was just part of the muffin eating experience and would angrily eat muffin wrappers because I just thought that I had to. I've got some great news about Baby Bell cheese. I hope you're sitting down. What was the dumbest way you almost died? As a kid I swallowed about 15 pennies because I was acting like a piggy bank. My son, 13, wanted me to take him to the ER because he couldn't hear out of one of his ears. After a little questioning, it turns out that one of his earbuds stopped working. I really wish I was making this up. The girl I nanny, 7, has to do an influential person project, so I recommended Bethany Hamilton. I told her the shark attack story and how she went on to be a total badass, right? She didn't believe me, so I showed her a picture of Bethany now, and thus she looks at Bethany's son and goes, well, why does he have both arms? And I literally had no idea how to explain that shark attacks aren't genetical mayo. When I was about 10 years old I used to spill my soda down the back of the theater I loved of the movie. My mom and brother worked as janitors, and I got angry at people for picking up their own trash because that would mean there would be no work for janitors. My sister was asking for my mom's phone and I said, if you wanted a phone maybe you shouldn't have broken yours. And my sister responded angrily, I didn't break it, I just dropped it and it wasn't working. I was MLK for 3rd grade wax museum. I was pissed that my mom wouldn't let me paint my face black. Sitting at the table eating dinner. You're a virgin. Mom and me are not. Me. Damn near spitting my food out. What? Mom. Yay. Is a virgin. I don't know why. Me. A virgin? Yay. She doesn't eat meat. Me. A vegetarian. Lord give me the strength with this child. Today I ducked up by not drinking water after eating chocolate for 10 years. I was in the 5th grade that day. It was a national day and they gave chocolate to everyone in the school. After eating the chocolates, we started to get thirsty and drink our water. Our teacher saw us and said, if you drink too much water after eating chocolate, you will get diarrhea. Ha ha ha. So I took this seriously and didn't drink water after eating chocolate for 10 years. 10 years after, today I ate chocolate and, as usual, I decided to wait a while before drinking water. But this time it was different. This time my brain questioned this information for the first time. I googled that and there was no such thing. And I realized everything. I felt like my whole life was built on a lie. I was ashamed of myself. It was just a poop joke. TLDR. I did not drink water after eating chocolate for 10 years because I took a poop joke seriously. My little brother tried to cook bacon in the PlayStation. How do I clean it? He managed to get it inside the CD slot. Me. 7. What do you want to play? Friend. 8. I'm not friends with you. Me. 7. Yeah, okay, what do you wanna play? Friend. 8. Tag. Then we played tag for about 30 minutes and still remain best friend to this day. My mom got fired from her job when I was little and I cried because I thought that meant they were going to light her on fire. He locked himself in while his mother unloaded groceries. Toddler laughs as 5 firefighters try to free him from locked car. The absolute madman. Working with children is a wild ducking experience. All this morning at work one of our 2nd graders got my attention and was like, you know what word my mom told me not to say? Pussy. And I was like, then why did you just say it? And she went, I dunno, and then nabbed. My little sister has over 300 copies of the Roblox launcher on her laptop. My 5-year-old nephew asked how long my newborn needed to charge before he could go home. It's a heart rate monitor. I had the absolute cutest crank call that wasn't really a crank call. A woman called to schedule an appointment. A few minutes later her number calls back, but it's clearly like a 4 or 5-year-old. Must have gotten the hold of her mom's phone and called the last number. The conversation went, me. Hello again. 4-year-old. Hi, who's this? Me. Oh, it's the animal doctor. Is your mom or dad around? 4-year-old. Why? Oh, a sneaker. Why did the chicken? Why did he cross the road? Me. Why? 4-year-old. Me. That's good. Okay, good. Dial tone. My 8-year-old cousin came today. He wanted to play the game so hard I told him it's an adult game. He didn't listen. He ran away with it. And here is the result. A boy was allowed to change his own name when he was 8 years old. Today, he is Dr. Loki Sky Lizard. Younger sister's friend tried to open my bottle of wine last night. I just found it like this. Completely ruined. A little girl and her mom were looking at me at the coffee shop this morning, and I heard her mom say, go on, it's okay. And the little girl shuffled up to me and said, excuse me please, do you have to put on your tattoos by yourself every day, or does your mom help you? I'm dying. I love watching kids meet dogs. They are always like, my grandma has one just like this, except she's red and small and doesn't bark and has 3 legs and is a lizard and she's dead now. 9-year-old. Dad, smell this. You lick the puss. Me. Mute Stevie what? 9-year-old. It's so good. Smell it. You lick the puss. Me. 9-year-old. Hands me a candle jar. Me. It's eucalyptus. I remember thinking they did look a funny shade of green and didn't have a chocolatey smell. Schoolgirl's B&M advent calendar she's been eating for days was actually meant for cats. My son superglued this outside our bathroom. What the duck am I supposed to do? A parent that knows how ducking stupid kids are. Honk if a kid falls out. My girlfriend's nephew saw these stairs on this old camper in a parking lot and said, "Wow, those are beautiful stairs," and asked me to get a picture of him showing them off. Did you know that I'm German? German is a state, not a person. Interview laughs. Good evening, family. Recently we have been made aware of a new challenge in which students are eating chips made with the Reaper and Scorpion pepper. Unfortunately, some of our students have participated in this challenge, resulting in us having to call home due to students having unanticipated reactions. As a result, these chips will not be allowed at school due to the health concerns it poses for students that ingest them, and the classroom disruption that ensues. I have included a picture of one of the boxes below for your reference. Please speak to your child about this, and let us know if you have any questions. Thanks and have a great day. This kid. Man, things have changed. How they think this would work. Hello. This is for your period 8 class, and I'm emailing you to let you know that I would not be able to finish the homework assignment for tomorrow night because I have a party that night. Is there any way I can get an extension? 5-year-old niece wants a bunny, so she made this trap on the driveway. If I lived in a castle, I would be the janitor. My name would be Dash. It would be my job to clean and do magic. I would look like I hate my job. When I was probably 4 to 5 years old, I asked my grandma if the world was black and white when she was growing up. I legitimately didn't know the answer to that question and thought that she may have been one of the first to see color. Searching for my keys all day. Kid from the Philippines legit thought I was Iron Man. Tony Stark. My dog used to hump, and I called it riding him like a cowboy. I drew this in class, and my mom framed it. Emo riding Ben like a cowboy by Jameson. Also, learning to walk is the least violent thing your kid is going to do in the next 2 years. Just wait until they skin their knee crawling out from under the sink, and when you try to kiss it, they spit a quarter at you and then run full speed into the brick fireplace. Just wait. Kid shit in the pool in Vegas and now the pool is shut down. Thanks, kid. So my 8-year-old cousin came to me in distress asking me if she's invited to my funeral. Anyway, how's your Saturday going? Hey dad, here's the trailer for Fortnite Chapter 3. Rick Astley, never gonna give you up. Nice try. It shows the title. Oh no, I messed up. In primary school we had a creative writing assignment where we had to write about a character in a new strange situation, and I wrote about a squid that was somehow teleported from the ocean to the forest floor and slowly choked to death for 2 pages, and I'll never quite forget my teacher's face because it turns out she wanted this new school as scary, I hope I make friends, and not a graphic description of a squid dying. I believe in mice. Me. Believe mice can do what? No, I believe they are real. Me. They are real. Some people don't believe in mice. I have friends that don't think mice are real. Today I found out the flat earther equivalent in kindergarten is Mycenaeus. Someone farted in class the other day, and a kid accused me of doing it. I told them I don't fart in class and that if I did, I would go out in the hallway. Now, anytime I leave the classroom, they ask, "Are you going out to fart?" I'm dead. I remember I used to watch Bear in the Big Blue House every day when I was little, and he always does that smelling thing in the beginning, and one time he sniffed and went, "You smell like ham and cheese," and I was eating a ham and cheese sandwich, so I cried and never watched the show again because I thought he could actually smell me. The kid is helping me cook at home. Kid, daddy, does it get hot at restaurants? Me, like in the kitchen? Kid, yeah. Me, yeah. Buddy, it gets really hot on the line. Kid, so what do you do? Me, well, you drink a lot of water and just push through, as long as you can. But if you get any kind of break, you can run to the walk-in and cool off, but you have to come right back. Kid, what's a walk-in? Me, it's kinda like a giant refrigerator. About 20 minutes later he decided it was too hot in the kitchen. So, probably one of the weirdest messages I've ever sent, and I'm going to apologize in advance. Your son got bit by a turtle. On his tongue. He's fine. It was a small cut, and it is not bleeding anymore. Just sore. But I did want you to be aware. How did it happen? He caught it, and was holding it up by his face, and then he opened his mouth wide to fake, like he was going to eat it like a sandwich. So, again, I'm sorry this happened on my watch. I can honestly say that I never expected that to be an issue today. Had the following conversation when out running with my 2-year-old. She was in a buggy. Her. Starts whining. Me. What's up honey? Her. Whining intensifies. Me. Stop and peer around to see what's wrong. Her. Feet down daddy. Feet down. Me. You want your feet down. Her. Holding her feet in the air. Yeah. Me. Let go of your feet. Her. Let's go letting them drop back to the seat. Me. Is that better? Her. Yeah. I love it when the little kids I'm teaching online have complete and total misconceptions of what's going on. So far, I've encountered the following. 1. I had been teaching a little girl for several months, when one day she said to me, "My mother says you're a real person, not an app. If you're a real person, show me your husband." 2. I was about to end the class, but the little girl I was teaching didn't want the class to end. She turned to her mom and asked if she could please watch one more episode. Turns out she was under the impression that I was a very interactive TV program. 3. I couldn't find my marker in class today. The boy I was teaching was like, "What's your apartment number? I'll come up and help you find it." The boy lives in China and I live in the United States. I guess most people he knows live in the same building as him, so he assumed I did too. 4. I had been teaching a kid for quite some time when I mentioned my age in class. She was like, "Wait, you're an adult." She'd thought I was 12. When I was 8 I almost got myself taken away by child services. I'm a bit autistic, so I have many stories like this. When I got bored I ate. So when I got bored I said I'm hungry, and one day in school I found out if I acted really hungry and I said I never eat breakfast because my mom is always asleep and I never get dinner because my mom is so tired I got to go to the cafeteria and eat. So one day I got picked up at school by child services and I didn't get to go home until my mom proves she feeds me. My daughter just asked me how to spell squirrel. I found out that she was writing a book. Now she's grounded for 12 years. Those ducking squirrels. I was doing a home yoga video and I was in bridge pose and my toddler stomped my throat. Then I had to apologize because my coughing scared him and my wife, and I had another kid anyway. One of your sons has a crush on my daughter and gave her his glasses today. His prescription glasses that he cannot see without, just like a boy doing anything to impress a girl. Giving up the gift of sight is crazy. My mosquito bite turned into the shape of a key. Go to the doctor as soon as possible. Funny story, this happened to me when I was a kid, 8M, just as Spider-Man was released in theaters. I watched it travel up my whole arm because I was convinced I was turning into a superhero. I joyfully ran up to my mom, who was making dinner, explaining to her that I will have superpowers within the day. Well, it didn't go as planned as she threw the pots and pans in the sink, turned off the stovetop, and yelled at me to get the duck in the car right now. Confused, I told her to relax, everything is going to be fine, I'll be able to shoot webs from my wrist soon. She grabbed me, put a belt around my arm as a tourniquet, and threw me in the car and went to the hospital. They rushed me into the back and gave me a shot and the red line slowly disappeared and I was devastated. My mom ruined everything I thought. Turns out it was blood poisoning. and almost made it to my heart, and I would have been in big trouble. Kids imagining what life would be like at 40. I'm 40. I have wrinkles and grey hair and I would have a walking stick to help me walk. Rita Monaghan. 9. I'm 40. I'm turning old. I just left work because I cannot manage going up and down hills. I know I will soon die. Jennifer Turner. 8. What is the dumbest thing you thought was true when you were a child? I was told girls' privates were like a boy's buy backwards. So I thought that means their butthole is in front and their dick is in back. Mom, can you order pizza? Yes, in a meeting. Can when I'm done. Thanks mom, thank you for always using all your money to help me and all the hard work you put into the family, thank you. Did you order it? In 2019, I took my 2-year-old to a restaurant. She asked why people kept going to the doors near us. I explained that's the potty. She proceeded to loudly ask every patron who walked by, are you poopin'? I could not stop her, and on their way back she'd shout, did you poop? I just found this in my 8-year-old search history. Pachina? Somebody ducking, help me. Titty. Titty, more titty. Girls show their purgin. Girls show their pachina. Girls show it. Girls shows. Ashley, the girl who loves Ash the D. I just witnessed a child have a meltdown in the pumpkin patch because he wanted to go to the pumpkin patch that he was standing in. LMAO. You'll parent every day. Oh my god. 5-year-old daughter, we watched the president today at school. Me, you did. Do you know the president's name? Daughter, Lady Gaga. Me, yep. Unsure if you want kids or not? My son told me he throws the grapes that look funny behind the couch and I just found his secret pile of rotting fruit. My daughter woke up at 5 because of crows outside. She stuck her head outside the window and said, Mum, the bird witches are calling me, and to sum up I have my next book, and also I need to call a priest. My son sent a letter to Santa. I hope it gets there. It doesn't have any postage on it, and he put it in the bathroom heater vent. Kids have their moments, but they annoy the shit out of me. My niece once cried because she had to sit in the back seat. She always sits in the back seat. This has never changed. How do you tell your mom that you got a hammer stuck in your mouth? When I was 7, I said that I wanted to be emo. My mom told me that emos pull their toenails off. Later that night, I wrapped my feet in blankets in fear that the emos would come out from under my bed and pull my toenails off. I've had that fear since then. When I was a kid, I would go around telling people that I wanted to be a cashier when I grew up, and even had a cashier toy because I thought the customers would give the money to cashiers and they would get to keep it. That was my plan to be rich apparently. 5-year-old, wearing tutu and carrying broom. Dad, I'm a bitch. Me, whoa. What? 5-year-old. I'm a bitch. I'm part ballerina and part witch. Ballerina plus witch equals bitch. Me, what if we called you a witcherina? 5-year-old. No, bitch makes more sense. Me, sigh. Yeah. Look. Kids will say the most ducked up shit and then do a cartwheel like nothing happened. My mummy said I can't eat at your house because you're a witch. My nephew, 3 years old, broke a glass in my kitchen yesterday. My fault for giving him a glass. It happens. I told him to get out of the kitchen because glass shards fly everywhere, so I had to clean the floor before he could come in again. The glass he broke had juice and he was still thirsty. I told him I'll get you another orange juice soon, but I have to clean this up before we do anything else. Mother ducker looks me dead in the eye to assert dominance, kneels down and licks the ducking kitchen floor. I have a friend that insisted on dressing up like a clown for his family pigback when he was like 8, and it's my favorite picture ever. Why is he sitting like a 14th century monarch? He is one. When I was about 8 years old, I remember hearing about internal bleeding. I thought it was eternal bleeding, and I spent a few years of my childhood afraid that if I got a bad enough cut it would bleed forever. Stapled my own hand in grade 5 so I could get sent to the nurse to get out of class. Apparently my kid doesn't know how to spell pennies. I smell penis. I thought it was like McDonald's. Dad can pick me up. My friend sent me this, so he's try it. 1. Close your left hand. 2. Keep it closed. 3. Find one different number. 4. Make 3 wishes. 5. Send this to 10 people but not me. 6. After sending, open your hand and look at it. Has decided that because his boots are camo, he shouldn't have to put them in his closet because you can't see them. I work at a haunted house. One kid I scared started Fortnite dancing in self-defense. Another one called me Zaddy. I'm still mad at my friend who went to the movies with me, and when I went to the bathroom and asked what did I miss, he said that the girl showed boobs. It wasn't until 2 years later, when I rented the VHS again just to see boobs, and they weren't in there, that I realized he lied. You still owe me 9.95 for that movie rental, Derek. One of my clearest memories of my grandfather is when he beat me in chess and I cried because I was a sore loser, and he said, "Okay, I'll play you left-handed," and then I won. And it took me until like last week to realize he was a clown bastard. Me, eat your vegetables. Baby, no. Me, eat an airplane. Baby, duck and delicious. Kid destroys $15,000 Lego sculpture an hour after new exhibit opens. My son just asked me how I know his name. I'm not in the mood tonight. When I was about 8, I wanted to convince this kid at my Hebrew school that I was smart, so I told him I could build a nuclear bomb. He asked if I could build one for him, and I replied with, "First I have to wait until the materials come to my house," and I kept that up for like 3 years before he caught on LMAO. I think I was 7. I was misbehaving at dinner, so my parents sent me to my room. I was dramatic as duck and cried out my window to the whole neighborhood. Then the window screen broke and I fell 2 stories. I got up and rang the doorbell to tell my parents I fell out the window. Bikes go fast. I remember as a kid asking my mum why motorcycles always drove so fast. I asked her, if a motorcycle and a car are going the same speed, why is the motorcycle faster? I assumed everyone was going the speed limit, so the bikes must be naturally faster at the same speed. Boy, was that dumb. That reminds me of my understanding of right of way as a kid. I actually thought it was right away, as in if you got in an accident, whomever had the right of way could just leave, no questions asked. Let's play a game. You're now the president. Make a change to your country. First reply will choose how it will backfire. Featured comment. Tinker Nerd. What gives people feelings of power, money, status? Memellion featuring your comment. Your pet curling up in your lap for a nap. If you want to be featured in the next video, use hashtag dankness.